What's going on, everyone? Michael here, and today we're going to be talking about the most effective and quickest way to earn over $1,000 a day with AI and ChatGPT. Now, if you've never made money online before, don't worry, you're in the right place. I'm going to be sharing with you everything you need to get started today. And I'm also going to give you a bunch of stuff. I'm going to give you access to this checklist that you see right here, a VIP group, 2 softwares that I've been using daily over the last few years. All of this stuff you're going to be able to get access today. So I hope you're excited. And if you're excited, let me know down below. Go ahead and comment yes. That lets me know you're taking action, and that lets me know to make more videos like this in the future. So let's not waste any more time, and let's dive into exactly what you need to get started and how this actually works. So the very first thing that we're going to need to do is just go ahead and go to digitalplaybook.com, put in your first name, email, and this is what's going to take us to the Digital Playbook group. This has 858 people in it, and it is $10 a month right now. Now, I know in my previous videos, it has been free, but once we hit that 500 members, I put a paywall on it so I could focus on the people that are in this group. Now, once we hit 900 members, I am going to raise this to $20 a month. And then once we hit to 1,000, it's going to be $30 a month. So go ahead and get in while you can before we raise the prices. So once you have access to the Digital Playbook, this group, you will have access to, this is where we host the Digital Playbook, the Google Sheet, a chat. These are some members only videos where I don't post these videos on YouTube. They're just links in here that talks about ways to grow your audience on Twitter, Facebook, some of the ways that I've been able to grow my YouTube and my social media channels as well. So this is just like a little free will that you can spend to try to earn some prizes. But this is how you're going to get access to the Digital Playbook. Once you do, this is where you'll be spending most of your time is right here at the VIP checklist and then the library section, but I'm going to cover that later. So the first thing that we're going to need to do is you need to sign up for GoHighLevel if you have not already. Now, obviously there's other CRMs. There's HubSpot, Salesforce, GoHighLevel, Systems.io. I've been using this for the past couple years, so this is the one that I talk about, and I know how to use and set up and everything. So this is the one that I'm going to be recommending. So all you're going to need to do, just sign up for the 14-day free trial. This is what's going to be called your account or your sub account. And the 3 main areas that I'm going to be talking about are going to be marketing, automations, and sites. Sites is where we're going to build our funnel. Automations is the backend where we're going to have our email sequences built out. And then marketing, that is how we're going to be able to schedule out our social media content across all of our different platforms. So before we talk about all these other ones, I'm just going to hop back into the checklist. And if you get stuck or confused, you can message me directly inside of our Digital Playbook group. But this is why I built the checklist, because it takes you through how to do everything step by step. And you have the tutorials over here on the side. So the next part of the checklist is you're going to want to download a snapshot. And what a snapshot is it is what's going to allow you to import all the systems and frameworks that I'm using inside of my own company and inside of my own funnels and GoHighLevel account directly into your guys's. So you're going to have all my email sequences. You're going to have all my websites and funnels already pre-built out for you. So it's just a plug and play. So just go ahead and hit import. And what that's going to do is that's going to load everything into your guys's account. I'm not going to do that because I obviously already have that in my account. Now we're going to talk about sites and more specifically a funnel. And basically what a funnel is it is a sequence or an opt-in page where you send someone to get their first name or email address so then you can start marketing to them. So let's just go ahead and take a look at what mine looks like. This is a very simple, very basic opt-in page where all it has is grab my VIP checklist, AI tool, and then boom, put their first name and email. Now, if you've been on the internet, there's different ways that you can structure your opt-in page. A lot of the times, if someone's actually selling like a high ticket product, there's going to be a video on there to give them a little bit more information about what the tool or service is that they're selling. I'm not going to do that because I do that through my YouTube videos. So I've already built that trust with my viewers and my audience. So you would actually be able to get something like this. And the really cool thing now with making the Digital Playbook, there's a paywall. You actually have access, and I give you guys access to use my checklist, and you can promote and use the checklist as your own lead magnet. So that is something that you guys weren't able to do in the past. So this is the checklist, and then once they would put their first name or email in there, that is where they get automatically sent into one of the automations. But the automation that I want to talk about is the new email opt-in. The reason is because there's probably about 60 emails in here. Do you guys need 60 emails? No, but it just gives you something to work off of. So what would happen is all you would need to do is add a trigger. And so what that would be is form. When a form is submitted, obviously you would have to connect the form is, and then whatever the form is, mine is like main email opt-in. So whenever that would happen, they would get put into this sequence right here. And obviously the sequence is built out for promoting GoHighLevel as a service, which you guys also have access to. But I like this because there's just so many emails that you're able to take and put in the chat GPT. And then let's say you want to use a tool called Blotato that I've been talking about. You can go, hey, chat GPT, can you rewrite this email to promote Blotato? We have the email sequences and we have the front end. Now comes the content creation and then how we're going to be making money. There's two ways that we're able to make money. We can make money through affiliates, which is what I'm talking about right now, is getting paid to promote other people's products, or we can get paid through services, which is using these products for other people and providing a service for them. So the services part is, I added this to the digital playbook about a week ago, is the library. So it has a cold DM script of different ways to reach out to people to offer your services. Then here's a Google sheet of the different objections that these people might have. And then we have a list of Google My Business categories that you're able to reach out to these people just by looking on Google Maps, and then a marketing audit checklist. So this is what you would use if you're taking this really seriously. You would find a business on Google Maps, and then you would kind of just do an audit of their business and their marketing. So you would go through branding, positioning, product, service, marketing, communication. So you'll have all access to that. So that's one of the ways that you can make money, but I'm going to be talking about the affiliate marketing strategy. So let's go over here to AI tools. So all these tools right here, you're able to get paid to promote, which means they have an affiliate program. The ones up here are the ones that I'm using currently in my business, and that if you were to take this seriously, I would highly recommend that you guys have these tools or softwares as well. So let's just take Blotato for an example. This is a tool that I've been using to make my short form content for like Instagram and my YouTube shorts. And to become an affiliate, you see it right here, boom, affiliate, join affiliate program. And then once you do, you would get a link that looks like this. So you would get a link that looks like this right here. This would be your affiliate link. And this is what you would be sending to people, whether it be through emails or put it into messages when you're DMing people. But that's the link of how you're going to make money. Let's go to GoHighLevel, because as we saw with Blotato, to sign up for an affiliate, it was at the top. A lot of these softwares, it's going to be at the bottom, which is going to be right here, affiliate program. Go ahead and become an affiliate, and then you'll get a link that looks like that as well. So once you have a link like that, all what you're going to do is go into your email sequences like this, and then you would put the link right here. So claim that win today, click here. That puts them out to that link. Obviously, this is a call to action for GoHighLevel, but if you're using Blotato, you would just use a different call to action. So what we've talked about is just going through the checklist to make this easier. We've talked about creating that funnel, and then we got to set up our different accounts. I would assume since you're on YouTube, you have a Gmail, but create a YouTube, create an Instagram, and then create a Facebook page. TikTok does not like AI generated content, so I wouldn't worry about that. If you're just getting started, I suggest Facebook. So I show you how to do this through Facebook. In the members only, I have a video that shows you how you're able to build an audience. You can add friends on Facebook. There's a specific sequence that I teach. You can check that out. But after that, we would go to creating your short form content. So one thing I want to talk about real quick is, this is something that my mentor taught me that I speak about on this channel quite a bit, is ACEs. This is just an acronym. And what that stands for is attention, conversation, educate, and sales. So whether it's personal brand, money, sales, it doesn't matter. If you want to make money, you're going to need attention. You need attention, and that's going to be coming from a form of traffic. And what traffic is just eyeballs, views. It doesn't matter, but you need some type of attention to generate money. After that, once you have that attention, you need to have a conversation. And in this scenario that I'm talking about, it's going to be through the email list. There's so much noise going on social media, all that stuff, that you really want to get it to that one-to-one, which is going to be through the email list, getting someone's email, and then educating them, which is this next one, and teaching them about the product or service that you're promoting. And then once you've done all these three, you're able to get that sale or get that person's business, whatever it is. So I've talked about this acronym a lot, but once I heard this a couple months ago, it really changed the framework of how I taught and how I ran my own business as well. So now let's talk about the most important thing, which is content creation and creating content. So I use Blotato. We'll just go right here. And if you haven't signed up for it, it's going to be a link in the description. But this allows me to make really cool videos, and you can kind of see them right here. I'm not going to go through and make a video right now because I'll link a video of me going through the process. It's only like an 8-minute video if you want to watch that. But let's go ahead and I'll just show you what it looks like. So obviously you're able to use this tool to make any type of content. LinkedIn post, Facebook post, blog post. But what I focus on mainly is the videos portion of it, because you don't have to import this into CapCut. You don't have to add the captions. Everything is done for you right here, where you can write your own script. Boom. I'm not going to do that, but I've done write your own script. You can pick the different theme. Look at how awesome all these themes are. Gothic. You can choose the voice that you want. These are 11 lab voices too, so they're really high quality. And then you can choose the captions. So let's say caption, I always put the watermark off, choose the position. And I am able to do this and make
3 websites. AIArmyClone.com is an AI website that turns any text into viral AI.
So pretty good. One thing too, I'm just dropping gems, is you see this video right here. This is a remix. So one thing that I've been trying to do as much as possible is do remixes on my Instagram profiles, because that gets a lot more views than all my other stuff, which is completely fine because I have 5 Instagram profiles. But like I said, it's all about attention, and I'm posting 3 to 4 times a day. So obviously not all of these are getting a lot of views, but if each one of them is getting, I wish it showed me how many views that they're getting. They normally get between like 100 to 200, and I'm posting 3 times a day. So I'm not the best at math, so you can go ahead and do that. But yeah, so you would create videos like that. And then once you have these videos, we're going to go back to marketing. So this is where the schedule is. One thing I do like about, oh my gosh, I can't speak. One thing I do like about Blotato that I haven't used is they actually have their own scheduler in here, calendar. So if you don't want to use GoHighLevel, actually, I'm not even going to say that because you need GoHighLevel for the email sequences. So I'm just going to skip past over that. So you need the social planner. This is where I'm scheduling out all my content. You would just go here, settings, then you would connect your social medias. So definitely connect Facebook, connect Instagram. So LinkedIn, if you have a LinkedIn, that's something that I haven't done yet, which I need to, but connect YouTube. And then Pinterest is a really underrated, what's the traffic social media, but I don't know Pinterest at all. So definitely use Pinterest if you have it, but Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, those are the ones that I have. So those are the ones that I've connected. And then once you have those connected, the videos that you would have saved to your computer, you just need to upload here into your media storage. So all you would do is just go to new post. Let's go create new post. Select the social media accounts that you would do. Then we would go here. This is going to be for videos. If you want to post your images, you can post your images right here. We go right here. And then I have a bunch of stuff already downloaded. All you need to do is just hit upload. And then that takes you to your computer screen where you're able to find where you downloaded it onto your laptop computer and then upload it here. Then you would be able to, boom, click that. It is importing right here. And then voila, you would have to just schedule that out. And then you have some content. I'm going to back out of that. Let's go through. Now, also, you'll be able to see on like my Instagram and on my YouTube shorts that I have my own avatar, but I don't talk about it that much because a lot of people are new and I want them to start creating content and get into the habit of creating content. And then they can take that next step of creating content with the avatar. But that is really simple. I show you how to do that in these tutorials. This is how you create your long form, but this would be like the cold outreach if you want to take the route of using a service. Hopefully going through this checklist and this video gives you a better idea of how you can start making money online. Like I said, if you want to get access to the checklist, just go to digitalplaybook.com and go ahead and hop in the group before the price goes up to $20 a month. You have direct access to me. I'm going to be starting to go, I wouldn't call it a live stream because I think I need to change this to a calendar, but I'm going to start going like office hours is what I'm going to call it. Office hours where I'll sit in here a couple days a week, probably like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing where I can help you guys with your content creation, give you some tips and feedbacks. But that's beside the point. Go ahead and join here, get access. But that's going to be it for this one, AI Pros, and I'm going to see you in the next one.